So last week I received an email with this subject line addressing the rumors, and it was from Southwest Careers. And so of course I clicked because hello, addressing the rumors. Now, I didn't necessarily have any rumors that I was thinking were going to be addressed. Like I hadn't, there's always speculation, and Southwest is in the news a lot right now with things about, downsizing or and aircraft deliveries like everyone else. And also Elliott Investment Group sort of coming for Southwest. And so when I got this email last week from Southwest Careers, I was like, ooh, addressing the rumors. I wonder what rumors are going to be addressed. Well, I wanted to share with you the information that's in the email and encourage you to sign up on the Southwest Careers website to be on the list that I was on, the email list that is the reason I got this email. So I want you to be on the list too, but I also wanted to share the information with you. Now, there's not really any rumors. I felt like addressed. It wasn't like they were like, you may have heard this. Well, that's not. It was just information about current hiring practices and future hiring speculation from Southwest. And it was from someone, the direct. I should have written it down, like the director of the people department or something. It was pretty high up as far as who this email was from. So the information in it said, you may have heard that we've cut back on our hiring. Yes, and how difficult that is, especially when the department's job is to hire people, which reasonable, right? And then it went on to just sort of talk about the fact that there's still Southwest and the culture is still very important. And as a candidate or an aspiring Southwest employee or cohort, as they would call them, as an aspiring Southwest cohort, they still kind of want to deliver a certain level of customer service to candidates, even if they're not currently actively hiring like we've seen over the last couple of years. Another thing I think that is important to make note of, he didn't necessarily address this straight head on, but it has been sort of rumored that Southwest is in a hiring freeze, and that's not true either. If you go to southwest.com and look at the career site right now, there are some open positions. There's usually some ground opportunity positions somewhere in the country available. There's been quite a few lawyer or counsel kind of positions open, project manager kind of positions open. So Southwest is not on a hiring freeze in the sense that they are like, holy cow, no more, like, no, oh my gosh, it's not that. It's more of a, from my point of view, it feels more like a conservative pullback on hiring, like a kind of, okay, I think we're good right now after this huge race to restore all of the staff that was lost during COVID due to retirement, due to people passing away, due to people moving on with their careers, all the different reasons that people left Southwest, employees left Southwest. There was a huge literal race to get people hired for the last couple years. And they hired a ton of people, more than they ever have in the past. So now it's not a freeze. It's definitely a slowdown as far as their hiring goes, but it's not a freeze. If people leave, if people are moving up or getting promoted, or they're going to a different direction in their career and they're leaving the ground ops position, they're getting filled, they're filling those positions. So they're not in a hiring freeze. But what does that mean for us kind of as a flight attendant or as an aspiring flight attendant? So the thing you need to know about Southwest as an aspiring flight attendant, one thing that's really important to know is, I have two important things. One is important to note is traditionally Southwest does hire from internal first for positions. So they prefer to hire internally. Sometimes they post jobs only posted internally that we would never even see externally on the website. So sometimes, and they have a very, very strong career mobility department. So career mobility department, it gives you mobility or movement within your career. So if you are a Southwest employee, you can sign up for free resume review, coaching, interview advice. They host webinars on different jobs that are coming up and being listed. So if you were interested in if you were an employee, you're a Southwest employee and you're interested in becoming a supervisor, or maybe even moving to a completely different department, you could probably find a webinar that has already been hosted and recorded, or if the job is going to be opening soon, then they may do a new webinar and you can join live or you can watch a recording. And these are available for free to all of their employees. So their career mobility center is very robust and really offers a lot of resources over and above just this, like, oh, we like to promote from within kind of philosophy. There's actually resources to make you the best candidate as an internal candidate, which is amazing career wise. Whether you are going to stay with Southwest or you're not going to stay with Southwest, it still is an amazing resource. And there's more resources in there as well. But from an aspiring flight attendant point of view, that's something to kind of keep in mind. So if Southwest is your ultimate goal, dream airline, end of the day, this is where I'm going to be flying for my forever airline. If that is the case for you, I've done videos on how there's a couple different ways to get to that final airline. And one way is to take a job or a position with the airline in a different department, doing a different job, and then waiting and trying to go internally into that position. So with Southwest, that's definitely a good strategy. For one, like I said, career mobility. Another reason that's a good strategy is because the rampers, the cargo agents, the customer service agents, the operations agents, they are all operating under a union contract that is very strong. The pay for these positions is higher than some of the other positions. I don't want to say like industry leading because I don't know for sure if they pay the most, but they definitely pay really well for these positions compared to some of the other ways you could get a job working in ground ops at the airport. Also, benefits, health insurance, things like that. You're building your seniority, your flight benefits, you get your flight benefits, those kinds of things. So I do think working for Southwest on the ground, if that's something that feels like something that would be kind of interesting to you, is a good way to go. Also, you could think about what skill set you have besides working in ground ops, besides working as a ramper or a customer service agent. Customer service agent is like a ticket agent or a gate agent. They also have opportunities in their, in headquarters like any large corporation would have. So that would be social media opportunities and email marketing opportunities, as well as project management. So if you come from a project management background, there is opportunity for that too. And these are ways to, again, kind of get your foot in the door, learn about the culture, start getting your company seniority, things like that while you're waiting for the flight attendant position to open. Now, here's the number two thing, the second thing that you need to know you need to know the second thing as you make your decision. So if you work for Southwest, to be able to apply for a flight attendant position when it opens, you have to have been in your position for a year, for 12 months. Okay, so that means if we get hired today, let's say, okay, it's July. Let's say we get hired at the beginning of July, and let's say next February, they open the flight attendant position and internal flight attendant position. We would not be eligible to apply to that because we haven't been in the company for 12 months. Okay. So that is just something to keep in mind. So previously, the last couple years, they had been opening the flight attendant position pretty like more regularly than they had in the past. So it opened a couple times a year, like twice a year, maybe over the last couple years. And so I was sort of recommending that maybe we wait and see, because there's a pretty good chance that they could be opening the position right within a year. And we could just apply that way instead of missing it. Well, I think that right now, if you are thinking about joining Southwest, I would not let that 1 year waiting period deter me if I was you, because I don't really see, they've really slowed down. They're really, really slowing down. So they're slowing down in a lot of different ways. We don't know. One of the aircraft that, like, some of the aircraft that they've ordered that they're waiting on, they haven't even been like certified yet. So there's aircraft that aren't even finished. Like the airplane model isn't, not the model, but like it hasn't been certified yet to even start being created and distributed. So I do not have a magic ball. I do not see the future. Ooh. And I also don't work for Southwest, but advice wise, I don't think I would let that 12-month waiting period deter me from going and working for Southwest now if I saw a position that I thought would be awesome for me. Or if I'm in the position in my life where I'm looking for a job, or I'm ready to leave my current job and I just want to get into aviation, I'm thinking that I don't think you're going to be, like shooting yourself in the foot over the 12 months kind of thing, or just giving yourself a disadvantage. So I do think it's worth going for it. I wanted to also kind of share with you a little bit more about what was in that email, just because I thought, dispelling the rumors, or addressing the rumors. So, but basically, like the most exciting / important part of the email was when the writer of the email started to say what we can expect from the talent community, which is, talent community is what you are part of when you sign up as a interested possible future employee. Okay. And I'll put the link in the description on where you can go on the Southwest website to join the talent community. So again, you can get these emails yourself. But because he says in the first bullet point here that his goal is to send out an email monthly to keep us in the hiring loop. If we have exciting opportunities coming up, or if there's another big transition, he's going to do his best to let us know. So that's one reason to be on the list. Another reason to sign up for the emails is in these emails, these monthly emails that he's planning to put together, which I think is a really cool idea. Honestly, I'm excited. You can also expect to get some tips, some tricks, and a personal story or two from him, that he says it's taken him several applications and learning opportunities to get where he is today. And so he's happy to share with you some of the things that he's been through to help you keep your chin up on the career hunt. And then lastly, this one's another big reason to sign up for these emails, is to include, he's going to include a few highlights of the Southwest culture. Our people are part of incredible stories and experiences every day. And I want you to continue seeing who we are and how you can fit in with our team when the right opportunity and timing comes along. So it sounds like we're going to be getting maybe monthly information that has a nod to tips, tricks, or advice maybe, and then also some information about the culture from the point of view of the people. So if you, at the bottom of this email, in fact, there was like a story at the very bottom about a flight attendant who also works as a tennis referee. I didn't read the story. I'm sure it's captivating, but it's basically showing, it was actually kind of cute because they were saying how like every tennis match starts with love, as far as their scoring goes. So there was that kind of little vignette about one of the flight attendants. So that was kind of cool. So I imagine that it's going to be more along those lines. So bottom line is, Southwest does not appear to have any plans to be hiring flight attendants in the near future. They also, although like I said before, they're not on a hiring freeze. The tone of their email definitely feels like, hey guys, Just hold tight. We don't have a lot going on right now, but we are excited that you still like us. And whenever we have something going on, we will let you know. It still definitely has that kind of feeling. But again, they're not on a hiring freeze. It's not a hiring freeze. So there are positions open right now if you go and look on their website. As a reminder, always only apply to jobs through the airline's website. Any airline. Through the airline's website. Okay, not through third parties. If you find a job on LinkedIn or Indeed or however, that's fine, but make sure you go to the airline's website to find that job and apply to prevent your identity from getting stolen. So that's just a little update on Southwest hiring based on the email that I got with the very ooh, sounds exciting but then just very corporate-y, but that's okay. I still appreciate the emails. And again, I encourage you to sign up for the talent community too at Southwest. And hopefully we'll get some good tips and some good information from those emails. But don't lose hope. If Southwest is your goal, I know it won't be forever. It may feel like it, but it won't be forever. They'll be hiring before we know it. All right. Have a good day.